All right, welcome. This is my second Kobra X. So because I have Kobra Xs, they just call me my Kobra XMen. So I have the professor here. He is the OG. He's the one who created it all. I have the Juggernaut here. He's kind of an X-Men, but not quite. That's my Juggernaut. So this is, of course, my second main one, Magneto. So this is my opening of Magneto. So, good. Kobra Anycubic does really well with their shipping. When I got my first one, it had just came out, so it took a while. This one came from the United States, so it was quick, less than a week, and we got the box in. So opening up here, got some good, solid packaging. Got some, here's the extras. Here's some sample filaments, just in case you didn't buy any, but anyone who is excited as I was for this probably has their own filament ready to go. But they do have filament for them. Okay, here is the initial plate, double-sided, textured, so you don't need any glue, or I use hairspray when I don't need something as glue, but this plate usually does the job. Okay, still got some nice packaging here, nice and solid. So the first thing we see here is we got the gantry, which is the top part here. Bring that out. So as we see here, we got the connections, we got the gantry, and we got the support here, and we got the print head. So it's this to the side. And then we got, which you don't see on mine because I printed it extra, but this is what goes on top to hold the four initial colors. If you don't, I printed these out, which I'm not sure if I want to print these out in different colors. Maybe black, maybe grays to put on top, or maybe I'll just keep these for now. Okay, we got that. Power cord, always important. And we got the covers for the screws. When we screw in the gantry to the base, you got the covers boxes for that. These are to hold the filaments on. So we got some good supports there. And of course we gotta make sure nothing's left in there. Directions, got the PFTE tubes. These tubes that connects, we got those here. Okay. Got more protection. This is the part that cuts the filament. When you change colors, it cuts it really close. That's one of the positives of the Kobra X, is there's not a lot of wasted filaments. A lot of them cut up top, so you have a lot of wasted filament. This cuts very close, so that's one of the positives here, and this is the part that cuts the filaments as it changes colors. So now we got the big part, the base. So here, we'll put this box to the side. We got the base. So here we'll cut off the supports. All right, so now we got some regular scissors to cut these supports here, because they are nice and thick, which is a good thing for your shipping, because people who drop off aren't always the nicest with their deliveries. Okay, so now we got the base. This is the bed here. This heats up to a good 60 to 70 degrees Celsius, which is needed to help adhesion of the first layer. I've had very good luck with the first layer here. They have a great initial setup, and once you do, the first layer usually comes really well out of the box. So it's knock on wood, but here with my first one, we've had some really good luck with the first layers. So here we have the bed here. Next, we are going to start putting the gantry up and getting this together. All right, so we got the parts unboxed. We're gonna start putting it together. Show you the ease of how this is put together. These Kobra Xs, great intro. They're Pretty cheap. They're multicolor, which is great if you really want to get into multicolor. Between functional and fun prints that I've done, over 800 hours on Professor here, still going strong. I love these intro printers, but we'll go over the manual really quick. It shows you what the product is at a glance when it's put together. So those of you who like to see visually what we're looking at, but we'll start at putting the plates, install the printing plate. So we'll place the plates onto the hotbed, facing up, ensure the edges of the plate perfectly aligned. One of the great things about the Kobra X printing plates is, if you can see, they have these grooves here. They go right into these grooves here, so you don't have to guess, and it is magnetic. So all you have to do is put it there, put it down, and you're good to go. It's pretty strong, so it won't move during printing. But if you take it off to move it to get the print off, all you have to do is line those holes and put it down. It's great. I've run into some printers where it's hard to line up on that magnetic plate. So then we have to the print. All right, so first steps. What this has is it has these 6 screws installed to secure the print head during shipment. So the first part is to take these 6 screws out so we can move the print head up and down. So it comes with these wrenches that you use, and they are magnetic, which is really nice when you're working with these small screws. I have been known to drop these, so it is nice that they are magnetic. So if you do tend to drop some, you're not searching on the floor. So there's one. Okay, now we got those L brackets off each side. You got the print head up, so you have room. It'll fit nicely right there. Right in its place, making sure the holes are lined up. And then you'll take these 8 big screws here. They go right in. So we'll place them in first, make sure we're good to go. You don't want to tighten them initially. You want to just put them in hand tight first to make sure everything's level and everything's equal. And then once everything's tightened down and you feel like you're ready to go, then you take the wrench and then you can tighten it all down to secure it all in. So get these last ones in. Now that we got those in, you want to make sure you want to put it long ways so you can put a little more torque on them. And then you want to go through all 8 of these screws now and make sure they're in and tight. I love the ease of these. I got my first one as a 20-year wedding anniversary for a present for my wife and I, because we were having so much fun. And it became so easy. I was so surprised how easy these things were, especially for a beginner like me, to be able to use multicolor prints. It was just, I had so much fun, and now I'm into the designing of them, not just finding the prints online and printing it, but actually designing them and printing them out in the colors that you want, customizing it. That really opened up what you can do with these. So now that we got the 8 of these torqued in, we're ready. They have L and R to put these on. So we got those to cover the screws. That's that. All right, now those plates will snap right in. Your hero snap, they are a little bit difficult, but you want to make sure that there's room for the plate to go back and forth. So now the next step is to connect all the electronics. So you'll want to put this on its back to expose the bottom here. Here's where the everything connects together for the memory. It is size and color coded, so you see a yellow, white, and white. You have the yellow, white, and white, and the different sizes. So first you'll connect these in like that. That's all you need. Just make sure they have a base connection. We'll connect these in. You don't need to force them in. because you don't want to bend them, but you can use a little bit of force to push them in. So you have those. Now that's connected, that's in its place. You can see there's a little groove here for this. So what you need to do, yellow on yellow, push right in, and then you have your your bigger white one, and then your smaller 3-pin white one. Connect it all in, making sure everything's in and flat. There's a little strap there, plus a little groove for it to go in. Connect that in, and then all you have to do, snap that in, and then you're ready to go for your next step. Okay, now that we got the electronics back, you put it back up in place. We got what's called the purge wiper. It'll hit and it'll cut for the next color. So what it says, there's these little grooves right here, follows the grooves right in there, just like that. And it comes with one little screw. You take one of the provided wrenches that fits that size. So we go next side up. And like I said, these are magnetic, so you can put that on there. And then you just put the little screw hole in and you tighten it up. So once you got that in and tightened, you don't need a lot of pressure on there, just turn it. So now you have the purge wiper installed on the. All right, now that we got that, next are these spool holders. Of course, we've got a QA down there underneath us to make sure we're good, but all you have to do is put it in. The little twist there, you put it on, and a little twist, you'll hear that nice click. That's always a good sign. You'll take your second one, screw it in, just a little click, a little twist, and that's all you need for that. So next, what you want to do is it has a little latch, so you put it right on here and latch it on. Simple as that. So 1 and 2. You want to give yourself enough room. 1, 2. That's that part. Now you have the Teflon tubes. It is numbered, so you have a number 1 here, and there's a number 1 here. So all you have to do is push them in, and they'll latch. So you have this. You have 1. Push it in, and you can't take it out. So we get it pushed in. Same thing here. Push it in, and it doesn't come out. So there you go. So you have 1 connected with 1. We'll have 2 pushed in, connected with 2. There are different ways you can organize these. There's stuff you can print out. It does come with a little organizer here. It's a little clear plastic that you can connect these tubes so they're organized. But that's as the user wants. So 3 connected to 3. And then the last one, of course, 4 connected with 4. Looks like a crazy octopus right now, but you can get these organized so you can test them out. They don't get pulled. You have all 4, but if you do need to pull them out, there are different things you can print out that help. All you have to do is pull that in and pull it off. This little thing pushes in, but when you just push it normally, it holds. So that's how you get that pushed in. All right, now that we're finishing up, we moved Juggernaut for now. We're going to find a space for him. But we got the professor, we got Magneto set up as my Kobra Xmen. Once we get this plugged in, get that in, and then flip on. The screen will turn on. We'll have these nice things to take off. There's a lot of different stickers and tape put on for shipping. We can start to take those off. Take these off screens. So it is ready to start printing as we go. So we got that off. That's the beautiful sound of it turning on. What you'll want to do is you'll want to connect it to Wi-Fi, make sure the firmware is updated, connect it to the Anycubic app because the app on your phone or the slicer on your software, thank you Padme, you'll be able to connect it remotely or you can connect it directly on your Wi-Fi. So we want to make sure everything's set up correctly. Global, English, it'll start, you'll connect to Wi-Fi, connect to the app, and then there's lots of different configurations. It'll do bed leveling, it'll do vibration check. It takes about a half an hour for initial setup, but once you got everything set up and going, you connect the filaments in there and you're ready to go. So while we set this up, I hope you found this helpful. Next one, we'll start printing out, and I'll show you the different prints I have. But just follow me for the beginning of my journey, where we got to start somewhere, and this is where I am. So thanks for watching. Thank you.